This is Shiloh Indian Mounds National Historic Landmark. We're going to go take a look at a series of mounds, and come join us. So the Shiloh Indian Mounds are the largest surviving prehistoric site in the Tennessee River Valley. And it was the Mississippian Indians who lived here and built these mounds. The civilization lasted from about 1000 AD to around 700. And in this area itself at Shiloh flourished from 1100 to 1300 AD. And the archaeological evidence at the site, they found a line of holes. They believe that may have been for posts to form a wall around some hut villages. And located around this site is a low ridge that is the remains of the extensive wall that protected the small town. So the bridge actually passes over the ridge where the fence was. So we could look a little bit here to our left. You see a slight elevation of about 2 feet. And a little bit higher here, this being the top part of the ridge. So located within the walled area, there's small mounds, and those used to be where the huts were built on top of. And there are some examples that I could see. In fact, between these two large trees, there's a mound right behind that. Okay, so in front of us here is what the Mississippian Indians call borrow pits. They're depressions or wet weather ponds where residents dug up clay to build their wattle and daub houses. And here is one of the mounds. It's a rather large mound, about at least 15 feet high. And this location of where we are seeing the mounds is the center of town, the heart of the town. It's a level plaza stretched all the way to the river bluff, and the large mounds were elevated platforms that were used for civic buildings, temples, and the homes of prominent leaders. And this town was at its peak between 1100 and 1300 AD. Several hundred people lived here. And here's another example of a marrow pit that the Indians excavated clay and soil. So this sign, this town, showed signs of prestige. This is one of the three largest, most prominent mounds in the Shiloh Indian Village. Looks to be about at least 15 feet tall, about 40 feet wide, maybe 30 feet long. This is a significant mound. It looks to be over 15 feet tall, about 40 feet long, and maybe about close to 20 feet wide. One of the top 4 significant mounds in this village. This is a smaller mound, probably about 8 feet. Hard to say, it looks like it's on the edge of a ravine. It's about 30 feet long, maybe 10 feet wide. One of the lesser mounds. It's a good view of the Ceremonial mound. And the stairs, which lead up to its summit. And we're going to climb this. It's at least a 20 foot to 25 foot possibly high. And the diameter looks to be about 50 feet when we're at the top. A vibrant community. So this mound, definitely the most principal one in the area. Probably had a temple or a chief's residence or a governmental building. And unbelievable views. Here's a view of the rest of the town. With some of the mounds in the distance. And a sizable building could have been located on top of this mound. But one of the most amazing parts of all here is the view of the Tennessee River. It's an amazing, amazing view of the river. It's just beautiful from this vantage point. So that completes our journey to the Shiloh Indian Mounds National Historic Landmark. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you on our next adventure. And this mound is clearly the most impressive in the whole village, which would have held the most prominent location, and probably the most prominent structure was located on top of this mound. And another smaller mound, about 12 feet, maybe 20 feet by 10 feet. And on the edge of this cliff, you can see the steep drop off here. It's probably close to a 100-foot drop. And that leads down towards the river, which if you watch the incline here, and the river's right here.